You ever notice how some people just have it? They walk into a room and they don't have to say a word, but you're just drawn to them. These are the most magnetic people, and they never seem to be trying. They aren't chasing the spotlight. Instead, they have this quiet power, a silent attraction that just pulls people in. So let's get into it and figure out exactly how that works.
This right here, this is the whole secret. Think about that for a second. It's not a performance you put on for other people. It's about who you are at your core. We're talking about an authentic, real quality that just shines out from within. It's about embodying this stuff, not just acting it out.
Okay, look at this. This breaks it down so clearly. Most people, maybe 99% of people, are stuck on the left side. They're loud, they're chasing, they're practically begging for validation. But that top 1%, they operate on the right. They're quiet, magnetic. They don't have to chase because their authentic, centered confidence does the work for them. It pulls people in naturally. And that is the massive shift we're going to talk about.
All right, first things first, we've got to bust a huge myth. Most of us think being attractive is all about knowing the perfect thing to say, right? Having that witty line ready to go. Well, the actual science tells a completely different story.
So get this. According to research from Dr. Albert Mehrabian, a staggering 93% of how we communicate our feelings and attitudes comes from nonverbal cues. That's your tone of voice, your body language, your overall presence. The actual words you use, that's only 7%. This means almost everything that makes you attractive has nothing to do with what you're actually saying. And this is exactly why faking it till you make it just doesn't work for this. We humans have this built-in radar for what's called incongruence. It's when your words say, "I'm confident," but your vibe is screaming, "I'm nervous." People might not know exactly what's wrong, but they feel that something is off. That's why real, silent attraction has to be authentic. It has to come from the inside out.
So if this is all an inside job, where in the world do we start? Well, you have to start with the foundation. We're not talking about little surface-level tweaks here. We're talking about doing the deep work to fundamentally strengthen who you are at your core.
And it really boils down to these 3 pillars. First, you've got to master your own emotions so they don't run the show. Second, you develop a calm, steady confidence that doesn't need to shout to be heard. And third, you build real, actual competence in things that matter to you. This is where the real transformation begins.
So here's how you actually do it. Deep breathing isn't just some fluffy wellness trick. It literally calms down your nervous system, and people can feel that calm radiating from you. Self-compassion is huge. It's about how you treat yourself when you mess up. And then there's embracing productive discomfort. This just means you're willing to be bad at something new to get good at it. You push yourself just enough to grow. And finally, learning to be okay with uncertainty, that shows a deep level of mental and emotional strength.
Okay, so once you start getting that inner foundation solid, you can shift your focus outward. Because having that strong internal state is the key that unlocks powerful, genuine connections with other people. Now, this slide right here is a total game changer. Most of us, if we're honest, spend conversations on the left side. We're just waiting for our turn to talk, already thinking about what we're going to say next. But truly magnetic people, they live on the right. They listen to understand. They're locked in on the other person's words, their emotions, their point of view. That kind of deep listening is so incredibly rare that when someone experiences it from you, it's magnetic.
So just take a second here, be really honest with yourself. When you're talking to someone, which side of that chart are you on most of the time? Just being aware of that is a huge first step to becoming a much more magnetic person.
And you know, it's not just about listening. It's about being comfortable in the spaces between the words. People who feel like they have to fill every single second with noise often seem anxious. But when you can just sit in a moment of silence comfortably, that signals incredible self-control. And it makes the words you do choose to say feel 10 times more powerful.
Now here's where the magic really starts to happen. When you do all that internal work and you master the art of genuine connection, your outer self, your body language, it starts to change all by itself. You don't even have to think about it. And this is what it looks like. You stop trying to have confident body language. Instead, your posture just becomes naturally grounded. Your eye contact is genuine because you're actually present and comfortable. Your movements become purposeful and calm, not rushed and anxious. Your voice even starts to sound more resonant and steady. See, this isn't a performance anymore. It's just a natural reflection of who you've become on the inside.
So this is where it all clicks into place. We see how all these different pieces, that solid inner foundation, those deep connection skills, and that natural outer expression,
all come together to create a presence that is just genuinely magnetic.
When it comes down to it, this is the secret sauce. Social magnetism isn't about impressing people. It's not about showing off how cool you are. It's all about how you make other people feel. When someone walks away from a conversation with you feeling seen, heard, and genuinely energized, they will naturally want to be around you more. You become a source of good energy.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. What if we all stopped chasing attractiveness like it's some prize we have to win? Instead, what if we focused on the journey of becoming? Build that inner foundation, cultivate a real curiosity about others, and that attractive quality, it'll just take care of itself. It stops being something you do, and it just becomes who you are.